Support for the Takeover Lounge is provided by the Arts Foundation for Tucson and Southern Arizona, funded by the City of Tucson and Pima County, with additional support from the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona. Welcome to the Takeover Lounge.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Takeover Lounge. It is Friday, so you know we're back out here at 8 p.m. Maybe we're a little late today, 8:02. It's all good. We are here. Before we get into the guest, that she's right smack in the middle, I just want to thank everybody who came out last Saturday to our 1-year extravaganza out of Thunder Canyon Brewery. It was just crazy. The amount of love we had was just, like I said in my Instagram post, it was just genuine love. And I know Daniela felt the same way. It was just crazy to see how many people actually came out and supported. So we appreciate everybody that came out. Shout out to the guests or the artists that popped out as well, that performed for us. Shout out ASCII, shout out Amazing, shout out Lab Rats. I have a new appreciation for that intro song now after hearing them deconstruct it for us live. It was just amazing. But now we get into the guest of honor right now. She goes by the name of Rain. You probably know her, and if you don't know her, get to know her today because she's about to pop off. A little background info on Rain, how we got in touch with her. I was at the Dojo Creative Studios. It was when De La Prime was supposed to be performing one night, and he didn't end up performing, but Jordy headlined that weekend. And Rain came on stage after a couple other artists, and I was sitting there. The other artists were cool. I knew them, so I was like, all right, that's cool. I know them. But Rain came on and she did her thing, yo. Like,
thank you.
I was like speechless, and I got on the phone with Daniela right after. I was like, yo, listen, whatever we got to do to book this girl on the show, we got to do it ASAP, because she was. Then we'll get into that whole thing, but I just had to give you kudos. I mean, you definitely know how to rock a crowd, and it's just amazing. So thank you for making time out here to come out.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank y'all so much for bringing me on. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to meet with y'all. I'm excited to be here. I just want to say thank you first.
Yeah, no problem.
Any questions.
Anytime. Hey, yo, we're definitely gonna have you back on here even after this interview. This is only your second interview, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
This is my second interview. Yeah.
I'm kind of ashamed we didn't get the first one, but I'll take the second. That's good.
You'll take the second. There you go.
I'll take the second. That's all good.
They say first is the worst, second is the best.
Oh, there we go. That's what they're saying. All right, I'll go with that.
Okay.
So this is how we're gonna kick it off. Daniela usually kicks us off every Friday, so go ahead and let's get into it.
Okay, so to start off, what made you come into music and start rapping? Was there any like particular time in your life that you're like, okay, I want to start doing this, or was it more of a hobby?
Right. So I would probably say, for me, I've always loved words. I've always been really good with my words. And I guess not necessarily when it comes to like speaking, like face to face, like just being like, saying how I feel or something like that. But I always was good at writing. Like, for example, when I was younger, I got in trouble a lot as a kid. I was a trouble kid. So instead of like going to my mom and like apologizing to her, I would always write her notes. And I'd write her like long, like apology, okay, like I know that probably doesn't rap. Okay, anyways, that's kind of off topic, but I've always loved words. And so I did poetry when I was younger, and I've always written. I've kept a journal. But I guess what made me know that I wanted to do music, it just got kind of to a point. So I was in my freshman year of college, and I was just like, I passed all my classes and everything, but I just got to a point where it was like, I know this isn't what I want to do with my future. So, I made the big, commitment to, stop going to school and just do music full time and work and just fund my own dreams. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
think.
Cause yeah, I'm in the same boat. Danielle's over here smiling because she's like, oh, that sounds familiar. Cause I decided to drop out as well. Last year I went to
Okay.
ASU, and I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, no, like
Right.
let me just get up out of here, figure out my
It's
own
like,
lane.
have y'all ever saw like I only saw like the interview. I actually haven't read the book, but the Rich Dad Poor Dad type of thing.
Yep.
For me, like I was just like the fact like I just feel like school is literally meant to teach you how to work. You know, it's not. I just don't really feel like it's. Don't get me wrong, it's beneficial. I learned a lot, you know,
Right.
but at the same time, I feel like if you know what you want to do in your life, you know what you want to do with your, if you know your gift, you know the gift God gave you, like it doesn't, if you continue to do this, you know, something that you know you don't love, you'll just be miserable forever.
Definitely. I could agree with that. I could attest to that. Daniela, how you feel about that? Cause she's over here. She graduated and
I
she
know,
doing this,
right?
that, and other. I'm trying to see where her head's at. I'm like,
Like, she
how
about
you
to pull
feel?
up the diploma on us, flexing the
Right? She's like,
diploma.
let me stun on y'all real quick.
No, I mean, I do see school isn't for everyone, of course, but how I see it, if you have like a field that you need to know the basis of it, then yes, it makes sense. But if you want to go into something creative and you don't really need like a background, or you don't really need like that little path that will get you to a certain place, but then at the same time, like the field I'm in, it's really who you know is what's going to get you far. But if you don't have that same knowledge, you're not going to know the people that you need to know.
Right. That's true.
That's a big
What
fact.
did you end up getting a degree in?
Physiology and African American studies, and then I'm doing I have my health studies degree also, and then I'm going into athletic training.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I got you.
Yeah. Because I was saying, when you said like for certain degrees, for certain occupations, you need that degree. Because I was thinking about like a doctor. I don't want a doctor that be YouTube tutorialing everything. You know what I'm saying? In my heart or whatever, I'm like, yo, where's your degree from? So definitely,
Right.
if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, all
Then
that
go to
good
school.
stuff, go to school, please. But for us creative people that are out here, not saying that you can't be creative and whatever and do the same things, but I mean, if you really want to focus on creativity, maybe school's not the thing for you, and that's understandable. How did your family take that? The news of you dropping out?
Dropping out. Well, I didn't drop out. I just stopped.
Okay.
I did drop out. I did finish. That's one thing I want to say. I did finish my first year. But
all right, perfect.
Let me get my token. Those credits will never get used. Okay.
Right. Go on.
I know, right? But so honestly, my family was very supportive. As far as like my mom and my dad, they were both very supportive. Like off rip, you know, that they both kind of knew, because I'm the oldest of 5 children. So my dad, you know, he had his own battles, you know, in and out of my life, you know, things like that. So it was mostly me and my mom, always me and my mom, you know, raising my 4 younger siblings. And I feel like she always knew I had that good head on my shoulders, you know. So when I said, like, she knows anything I want to go for, I'm gonna go for it 110%, you know. So don't get me wrong, at first they was like, dang, like, you know, you're the first one, we want you to like kind of set example for the rest of the kids and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're all very talented, you know. So I feel like you know, some of my other family members, it did take longer for them to understand, you know, like understand my vision. And like, you know, now it's to the point where like at first my grandma, like I'll use my grandma as an example. She was very, you know, rocky about it, because, you know, when you're old school, you're just old school, you know. So and then, you know, for a while she always say, well, you know, if you want to go to school, like, you know, you have somewhere to stay, I'll take care of everything, you know, whatever. And then that slowly, she's like, well, I know you don't want to go to school, but if you ever want to come back, like, so, yeah, she's that. And like, to the point, like, she comments on my little Instagram post. She don't know how to use Instagram. Like, she only follows me. But
that's awesome.
So, definitely, I would say definitely very, very supportive of what I want to do. So I'm grateful for that.
That's good. Yeah, that's good to hear, because it could go either way. You know what I mean? It's like, we're gonna disown you. We're just not gonna rock with you. We're not gonna support. So I'm glad that it wasn't like that for you.
I was very scared. I was very like, scared to share that like with some of my, family and, even my God family. I don't know why I was like, I don't want to say scared, but I was just, I didn't want to have this expectation and then be hard for them to, for me to meet it and then for them to be disappointed. So, but then I just had to get to that point. It's like, you got one life, like if you're happy, you're good, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks as long as you're good, so yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. So I think we should also say that you're not from Arizona.
I'm not. No,
you got
I'm not
here.
From Arizona.
Where are you from?
Indiana.
Indiana.
I know, right? I know. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, Indiana. That's a long way from Arizona. How did he end up over here?
It's a long way. I know. So a friend of mine. So it was about last year when quarantine first started, and a friend of mine who usually worked a lot was getting some time off, and just invited me out, and then I never left. Yeah.
Wow.
I never went back until like I went back in November, this past November that just went past. But besides that, I've only visited once. I mean, I miss my family. I love them. We talk a lot, but I just had to, find my new place, build something new. So
definitely
build something for my family, I feel like. So it's a lot of opportunity here.
That's different. I mean, I never heard like usually it's like I have a relative out here, so I live with them. It's like, nah, one of my homies, I took a one-way flight, then I just get back.
Right. But that's the thing. It wasn't a one-way though. It was a round trip. And I just canceled it. I stayed for a week and then I'm like, well, should I just push back my return flight? They're like, yeah. So then it's like one more week and then I'm like, should I just stay? And then I just stayed. And then, by the grace of God, he was able to put me in the right, position to meet the right people, to start, start performing and then starting to do interviews, meeting new people, networking, new producers. Yeah. So it's been a pretty cool journey. It's only been a year. It's only the beginning. So.
Dang, only a year?
Yeah.
Dang, we got you right on the test. We got you good then. All right, let's go. All right. I'm glad for this one.
Man, for real. Yeah. So I mean, even like I've been doing music since like 2018. Okay. But I mean, as far as like I would say, like for example, my first real project just came out, in March, Bittersweet. So that was, I would say that's my first real body of work. Before that, I've dropped a few singles and stuff like that. But and granted, the project was never even meant to be, a project or anything. It was just, over the years, just working, staying in the studio, learning, developing as an artist. I like started to build up this library of music. And then I'm like, well, I got this good music. I got to put it somewhere, So then I just kind of made it into a project. And I've had a real good response.
That's perfect. That's awesome. We'll get into more of the project right now in a little bit. I'll have Janella. Go ahead.
Thanks. What is one way that you de-stress?
What's one way that I de-stress? Honestly, I'll say writing. Writing for me, because I feel like I always have I feel like for me, my brain, and just like every human, just being real, everyone's human, everyone's mind is always going, And I feel that one thing that's helped me is sometimes detouring the thoughts, that might not be so good, kind of those negative thoughts that we have that, we don't really want to pay attention to, or, the stressful, you may say, for example, you have something stressful going on next Tuesday. So you're going to continuously be thinking about that all the way till next Tuesday, right? But, if you're able to write that down, in a sense, you kind of get that energy out. So for me, I would just say definitely writing, whether it's sometimes for me, like I'm personal. So my journals are like off, limits, because to me, sometimes those thoughts or, for me, I'm a strong believer in God as well. So even temptations, I will write it down, because it's acknowledging it. That's what it is. It's acknowledging that it's there, because once you know it, you know how to maneuver around it. So definitely. I would say writing writing for my stress for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I know when you just said like stressing over something like later on in the week, I know me and Danielle will be stressing about things like next week. I'm already thinking about next week, and I'm like, I can't even get past the weekend without thinking about next week. Hold on.
Man, it's always something.
It is always something.
Real.
So I was watching the grind culture interview you did with the Valley Vision. Shout out Valley Vision one time, man.
Shout out Valley Vision one time.
They definitely doing their thing out there in Phoenix. So shout out to them. And you talked about mindfulness, and it was like you talked about meditating as well, and how you would sit in the car and try to listen to like catch something that you can listen to like the AC or whatever it is, and it really just resonated with me because then you also talked about how one of your biggest inspirations is J. Cole. So it took me back to that interview he did with Angie Martinez where he was talking about the same exact thing, and I was like, huh.
He did, huh?
I might have to start doing this mindfulness thing.
Hey,
so this week I was practicing and I was trying to listen to the AC, but Lil Baby was going crazy in the background, so I just couldn't listen. I just listened to Lil Baby. So I was just
yeah.
But definitely.
Yeah, I feel like even like that's one thing, because I'm sure y'all are both very busy. Like that for me, I love the mindfulness thinking throughout your day. It's practicing mindfulness throughout your day for me, because that it's not always about it's about, this is one thing I like to study a lot of millionaires, billionaires, wonder how they do it, and it's always the details. That's what they always talk about. They always say It's not the big things. That's what you don't understand. It's the little things. So for me, granted, is it a little thing, incorporating a 20-minute meditation session into my day? Yes, it is. But I don't. so how can I still like incorporate just remembering reality for a second, And I feel like for me, that's definitely a way, or, another way I really enjoy, and you'll have to do it if you shower every day. I like to do it when I'm in the shower, like just listening to the water. And I feel like that helps just training your brain, because it's really training your brain is basically just every time that next thought comes in, you just you, like I said before, you acknowledge it, so you know what's up, you know it's there.
Right.
You're not scared of it, you're not shying it away, but you're able to control your brain. Then that's how you build that muscle. Definitely. I want to say it's called the intuit. I might
There's
be
a
wrong.
word for that.
I'm probably wrong, actually, but it's a similar word. Okay. But basically, it's the thing in your brain that allows that thought to like go all the way through, and what allows you to react. So, for example, like if somebody like is cussing you out, like you little blah 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 whatever, and in that moment you do feel anger, but instead of letting the anger slip out your mouth, you're able, because that muscle is so strong, you're able to be like, no, I hear this, but now I know how to deal with it. So
definitely.
Yeah.
See, look at that. We just got deep as hell on this podcast right here. We just gave you a whole new little mental health thing. You can do some self-care activities you can try. Yo, shout out Rain for that.
Your books.
Exactly. So I was talking about J. Cole, and that was one of your favorite artists. That happens to be that's my dude. Like that's Z's. Like everybody that knows me, they're like, yo, you listen to that new J. Cole? Duh. So I want to talk about he just dropped the interlude last night.
Oh wait. Dang. Hold on. I think your mic was messing up. Okay, wait. Let me see if I can hear you now.
Check. So you checked the interlude out last night?
Wait. I already know what you're saying. You're asking me if he dropped his new song. It was the interlude. I'm pretty sure J. Cole. I haven't heard it yet, but I haven't heard it yet. Hey, I work hard.
Okay. All right. My bad.
Y'all don't want me to pull off the work still, because I will. Y'all know I'm quick to talk about my work. Y'all saw that interview.
Preach.
But no, I have not heard it yet. Somebody else just asked me that today, and they was like, "How are you a rapper? You ain't even." Yeah, no, but I did. I literally, I know what song you're talking about.
Yep.
But I have not heard the new song yet.
Well, I'm not gonna hype it up too much. I mean, you're probably on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna say it's one of the best songs that just dropped last night, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, well, Say
J.
less.
Cole came in there and was like, "I'm gonna drop the interlude, and I'm gonna still show y'all that I'm still here." So
Yeah.
definitely doing his thing for sure. Everybody that's on the live right now, check it out. You know, do yourself a favor, listen to some good lyrics, some good music.
Shout out J. Cole. For
Me
real.
too.
Yeah.
So what got you into J. Cole? What was like the first song or first album?
The first song. I don't really know. I don't really know my first song of hearing J. Cole. I would probably say, oddly enough, I feel like it was She Knows.
Okay. Great song.
And
Love it.
I feel like that was because that song was still pretty mainstream. That wasn't
Mhm.
really much of his like ducked off music, you know. That
Right.
was pretty mainstream. And then after that, then I start really becoming like a J. Cole fan and like wanting to go hear all his old albums
Right.
and stuff like that. And then I would probably say two of my favorite songs, like his old songs
Mhm.
by him. One, Lost Ones. I love that song because I love how well he painted that picture. You
Mhm.
know, even though granted I can't necessarily relate to that, but
Right.
I feel that like how he painted that picture, like
Mhm.
from his perspective, but was able to still turn around and do her perspective. Like I thought that was just so dope to me. And then my second song is Problems.
Yep.
I love that song too because once again I feel like he paints a good picture and you're just like, damn, I relate to that, like, you know, on a different level. But one thing I love about J. Cole and also Drake, I feel like they both they do this thing where they describe something and they'll use a word that is familiar but foreign. So it's not a word that you would say every day, you know, like
Right.
let's see. I ain't gonna be able to think of nothing right now. I ain't gonna put you, but like the way that they will be able to say something that is so every other rapper has already said, but
Right.
they got their swag on it, and on
Mhm.
top of that, it's relatable. So like that, I feel like for me right now, that's been my biggest goal as far as like moving forward. Like,
Yeah.
how can I be more relatable? How can I learn the formula?
Definitely. Oh dang, did we lose her?
I think so.
She was going off too. She was doing her thing. I was like,
Oh,
oh
sorry, hold on, my phone started freezing.
no, it's all good. I think we got you back.
I think I can hear now.
You can hear us now?
You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm having technical difficulties over here.
No, all good. But you were really going off right there. No, I was really enjoying what you were saying. Cause I was like, yeah, I agree with that. And
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's awesome. And I think you do. I can see you trying to implement that in your music as well. Take a little bit of those components of J. Cole and Drake and Dreams when you talk about it, and like really, it really hits, especially when you hear it live. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
those lyrics were hitting, and I was like, oh man, like you about to make me feel something. I'm motivated. I'm about to, what I got to do next? So that's dope.
You
It's dope
know?
seeing you implement that into your music as well, and trying to use that to your advantage. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that was one question they had asked me, you know, back on the grind culture. I knew it was a question that's coming. I bet y'all gonna ask me too. Everybody always asks me, what's my favorite song? You know, and like I said before, you know, it's like it's tough because like they're all your creation, they're all your babies, you know. So that's very tough. But like just like how you said you was there, you was able to catch a performance, you know. When you perform Dream Girl, it just comes to life, you know. And I feel like Dream Girl, I love Dream Girl so much because of the way it makes other people feel and the reaction that they have.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I feel like that song is for everybody. So
Yep. That's the rain anthem right there. When you roll up, that's the sign to be bumping right there.
Look, it's only the beginning. I'm so ready. Look, only the
I'm
beginning.
excited.
For real.
Aww. Let's see. Oh, name a healthy food that you cannot eat.
Ooh, a healthy food I cannot eat.
That's a good one.
Oh wait, it's like because I'm allergic, or
No,
what?
just like
Oh, okay, just I don't like it. Okay. I'm like, I don't
We're doing an
have
allergy test right now.
Okay.
We are ready to
Okay.
what you're allergic to.
Okay, I got you. I would probably say, I don't like sweet potatoes. Look, y'all both said, yeah, I don't like sweet potatoes. I don't know, but the craziest thing is potatoes is my favorite vegetable, but I do not like sweet potatoes. For me, it's like a mixture of the texture and the sweetness. I don't know.
Still
I
good.
just cannot get down with it. I don't know what it is. The texture to me is like, why is it's too mushy and too sweet at once. I can't get in. I don't know.
She's
I think that's
"Bro,
what it is.
the hell?" I feel like this is this you just brought up a whole new thing now. And now it's gonna be like if you don't like sweet potatoes, you can't hang out with the Takeover Lounge and Takeover Media no more. So with that question, we have to ask the other question. Be careful how you answer this, by the way, because then we'll just kick you off this live.
Gosh.
But how do you feel about mint chocolate chip ice cream?
Okay, this is the thing. I know you're. This is the thing. Now, okay, wait.
Be careful.
Now it's not my choice, but when I was a kid, it was my favorite ice cream.
that still counts. That
When
still counts.
But
when I
that
was a kid,
that
it was my
appeases
favorite
both
ice
of
cream.
us. That
Listen.
appeases both of us. So
But the only thing is, in my defense, I did hang out with a lot of old people when I was a kid. I did, my great grandparents, and that's what they loved. So I guess I was old at the age of 5. Yeah.
it was either that or what did Amazing like? Butter pecan?
Moose tracks. Right, yeah, pecan, whatever.
Old ass ice cream. Hashtag
Oh.
old ass ice cream.
No, for real, that is old ice cream.
Daniela over here like, hey, I still like my mint chocolate chip.
I do.
She last week she came on the show eating mint chocolate chip ice cream, and I was extremely mad about that. By the way, y'all, I don't be playing with y'all.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah,
Rain
not
said
had
she
mint
likes.
chocolate chip in a long while.
Okay, cool. So it's not. What's your go-to then?
My
Now,
go-to ice cream.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I would probably say, if I'm going to Cold Stone, I like cake batter with cookie dough and Oreos in it.
Okay.
But I'm not a sweets person, to be honest. I'm not
Alright.
a sweets person. I'm savory. Like, I love everything savory. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not gonna turn down the ice cream if it slides my way. But I'm just saying, like, I would prefer like mashed potatoes. If I had the option, like ice cream or mashed potatoes, I'm taking mashed potatoes every time. Like, that's my the comfort, like a comfort food. That's my go-to.
That's crazy because I hear a lot of people say that too. As I'm getting older, a lot of people are like, "Yo, I like savory foods." I'm like, if you don't eat this ice cream right now, I'm gonna eat it for you and this cookie. I got us both.
No, for real. I don't know. I've always been like that. Even like when I was like little, I always remember like being at like little kids' birthdays and stuff, and me being like, no, like I don't want any cake, and they're like,
where the mac and cheese at?
I know, for real. I'm like, but can I get some more chips? Like and chips. Like, I have to stay away from chips. I will dog a bag of chips like nothing. Like
regular plain chips or
my go-to is hot munchies.
Hot munchies. See, that's interesting. I don't like
munchies
those.
is bomb because there's a little bit of variety, get a little spice, not too hot. And but the only thing is, I feel like those like the $1.89 bags, whatever, I will dog the whole thing. Like there's not like oh okay, you had to see me put it
There's
down.
no
Like
moderation.
no, like
No
if I
moderation.
get that bag of chips, it's over with. And I hate that about myself, but I can't help it. Yeah, so I just stay away from.
Oh, fair enough. So we got into some takeover food questions, which I love these questions because I feel like you learn a lot from somebody. Oh yeah, get some sweet potato chips. Maybe that'll change your mind about sweet potatoes.
Ooh, probably not.
Oh man, you're tripping. But yeah, definitely the
He's
food
going
questions.
hard for the sweet potatoes. Let it go. I don't want to.
She's like, maybe mashed potato chips. What's up? No, that would just be regular potato chips.
Right.
I'm out here like, wait a minute.
You almost thought it was an invention.
I almost did too. I was like, yeah, I'm about to make that. And they're like, oh, just a regular potato chip. But let me go back to the drawing board with it real quick. But yo, we're gonna go ahead and take a little halftime little break. We're gonna roll our Cartel Coffee Lab sponsor from season 3. We are now in season 4. Shout out to everybody that's watching. We are now in season 4 of the Takeover Lounge. So we're gonna go ahead and roll that, and then when we come back, we're gonna have a little bit of some announcements for you guys, some big things, huge things working for Takeover Media and Takeover Lounge. So let's go ahead and roll that little ad we had. Cartel Coffee Lab is the place to get coffee, especially if you are in Arizona. They have locations in Tucson and in Phoenix. The specific location is the downtown spot in Tucson. This is definitely the place to come to for a first date, you know what I'm saying, or even to crank out some work or hold a little meeting. Now let's say you aren't into coffee like that. Well, you're just in luck because they have other options, like their teas. If you were to ask me what I would recommend, I would definitely say the chai tea with a splash of almond milk will do wonders. It's absolute fire. You can find links to Cartel Coffee Lab on our website, takeoverlounge.com. Thank you, Cartel, for sponsoring Takeover Lounge. Cartel Coffee Lab makes beverages so good, they should be illegal. Yo, everybody, we're back with Rain. You know what it is. But before we get to part 2 of this interview, let me give y'all a little some announcements that's happening on the back end with Takeover Media and with Takeover Lounge. So recently, Takeover Media has just partnered with Spiral Productions, a production company based out in Tucson that are doing amazing quality work. We have a new show that's rolling out called Down the Spiral. And it's going with artists and doing their favorite activity or something they like to do. The first episode, for the people that are watching this rebroadcast or watching live right now, the first episode is with Manny Meggs. And we are going vinyl shopping with one of the hottest producers out here in AZ. And he's going to take us around what he does on his vinyl days and what he's looked for and all this good stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for that. The amazing company, amazing a team. And we are so happy that we are able to partner with them. We also, if you saw the ad right now, like 30 seconds ago, new sponsors. We're taking new sponsors. If you want to sponsor the Takeover Lounge and have your little logo on the side where Daniela is, definitely hit us up and we'll make a whole ad for you. Don't have to worry about it. We got you covered. All that good stuff. Every Friday, you'll be the first thing that they see. So any sponsors out there, definitely hit us at contact. What was it? Contact Takeover Lounge. We'll leave it in the chat. Yeah.
Our email.
we'll leave it in the chat for you. I should know this because you know what I'm saying, but it's all good. Mankind will go ahead and put it in the chat for y'all if you want to reach out to us. And yeah, so we're back with Rain. Second half of this interview, she's killing it, doing her thing. We found out she does not like sweet potatoes. She liked mint ice cream when she was young. Not a big fan of it now, which I'm proud of. And she's a big J. Cole fan. Now we're gonna get into her artistry, hopefully, and stuff like that. So Daniela, go ahead and take us away.
Yeah. So one basic question we have, and we ask all of our guests, if you could pick any superhero power, what would it be and why?
Oh, if I could pick any superpower, Hmm. That's a good one. Honestly, I think I would probably. I think I would go with indivisible. In invisibility. That was a tough one to get out. Invisibility. Is that a word?
Invisibility. Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, invisibility. That's what I would go with. Because I just feel like at any time, one thing I would do is I would see who talk mess when I leave the room.
Wow.
Like, that's what I would do. I'm gonna post up. I'm invisible right there. Like, what you gonna say? Yeah, so
She's
that's
like, all right,
probably
y'all, I'm gonna holler at you. All right, where we at?
I know. Like, soon as I walk, or I spill some tea and then I walk away and then I'm like actually invisible. Like, let's see if they really finna tell. Yeah, so that's probably what I do.
So she gonna use it to eavesdrop. All right, I feel it.
No, I'm gonna use it to see who's solid and who not.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That's
shit.
what I'm
Okay.
trying to see.
All right. Flip
Yeah.
perspective. All about perspective today. You know what I'm saying? So flip it. But you know, it's crazy because a lot of artists do say invisibility, that they would want to be invisible. And I was just thinking about it right now. Like, we artists and people in general just work so hard to be seen. And it's weird when they say, if I could have any superpower, I'll just be invisible. Like, that's pretty deep. If you
That is
think
deep.
about it.
But I
you
feel
know?
like too, I could also get on any flight. I could just go invisible the whole time and then just sit on the floor.
Definitely.
Sit on the floor and then if someone's coming, I'm just gonna have to yeah.
Just move out the way or trip them. Either one, whatever you find fun. I mean, I definitely would. I'll be out there tripping people. I mean,
Right.
like,
That
what
would be
the
fun. That would be fun. Nice little trip.
Daniela?
I could enjoy that.
That's definitely a Z thing, huh, Daniela? That she's definitely looking at me like, yeah. You would say that. So let's talk about the mixtape, Bittersweet. Hopefully we didn't. Okay, yeah. Wait, I thought we lost you. We're still good. Bittersweet. Just dropped in March, I believe. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So how you feeling about it? I mean, is it getting the reaction you hope for?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely getting a good reaction. I feel like for me, like I said, that's only the beginning, you know.
Right.
So I feel like, granted, I do feel like okay. So let me say it this way. So one, I'm very excited it's out. I'm happy that everyone's able to, you know, hear it and stuff.
Right.
In the same breath, I feel like I have so much more to offer. So I guess for me, I feel like right now, like having the project out is kind of just like something to lean back on, you know, because before I was saying, you know, I do music, whatever. They're like, oh, well, where's it at? And I'm like, well, I mean, I got some stuff on Instagram. I got a couple songs out, you know, but now I really like have a full, you know, project out. Like you can really go and like, you know, check in on me as an artist. So, I mean, granted, I feel like, you know, like I say, I feel like it's only the beginning, you know, and a lot of those songs are a few, you know, years old. So you're in that whole project, you're seeing the progress of me from, you know, even almost to the beginning of my, you know, when I first started to, you know, up to this year. So
definitely,
I would definitely say like it's it's good. And I feel like a lot of people who been rocking with me like from day one, you know, they were all grateful for this as well. So yeah, pretty cool.
That's awesome. Because I want to talk about the name. How did you come up with the name Bittersweet and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so honestly, so I had a couple different thoughts like for the name of it. And I felt like because in the picture, if y'all saw the cover of the picture, I have on like a little birthday hat.
Right.
And like it's like all orange and stuff like that. And at first I kind of thought of the name like, aren't you gonna listen? But then I was like, nah, too corny. I can't go that corny for the first one, right? So then I'm like, okay, like, you know, just listening to the songs over and over, listening to like the order, and I just felt like in all of my music, like, yes, I tell you what I've been through, like where I've been, like always, you know, my perspective, things like that. And but I feel like in my music, I also always try to find that silver lining, you know.
Mm.
So
Right.
for me, I feel like it was bitter, but it was still sweet, you know. So
Fire.
yeah, you know. So I feel like in a sense, it was never like, oh, I never felt like it was me being bitter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had an idea for the name of That Sucks, you know,
Oh, okay.
because I was like, you know, when somebody hears it, like, dang, that sucks, or you know. But at the same, yeah, I end up going with Bittersweet because I feel like it's a really, the songs are, you know, they're good, but it's about sad stuff, so it's
Right.
bittersweet.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Was it hard for you to get vulnerable on a track like that and then give it out to the public, or was it kind of
Right. So
easy for you?
I definitely so I feel like on I feel like at first, at the beginning of my artistry, you know, when I first started really like telling my, like, when after I knew, like, okay, like, you doing this music stuff for real, you know, I was like, I kind of got to that point where it was like, it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter, you know,
Okay.
because I mean, it doesn't, when I say it, I don't mean it doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't matter what others think, you know, because at the end of the day, it's your art, you know. So
Right.
at first, I ain't gonna lie, like it, when I would write music about, you know, my childhood, or, you know, my experiences that made, you know, shine not such nice light on my parents, or, you know, things like that. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like, even, you know, now, like, sometimes my mom has said, like, well, like, this and this, you know, whatever, and I always have to remind her, like, yeah, but Ma, like, that's my perspective, you know. That's where that's my truth, you know.
Right.
So for me, I've always, from the jump, I always tell myself, you'll never put a bar in your music that's not true. And secondly, you whatever you do put out, you have to be willing to stand on that. So yeah, I just feel like I'm not, it was definitely, I would say it was tough, but for me, just how I am, if you know me in real life, I don't really, I have a filter for people's feelings, but
Okay.
outside of that, I'm just honest, you know. So
Right.
I feel like, you know, my music is a reflection of me, you know. So even though it can be kind of cringy, like hearing back some of the stuff that I say, you know, just because it's like seeing your feelings like in the song. But
Definitely.
yeah, but I mean, no, it's good. It was tough at first, but I'm not really as scared anymore, because at the end of the day, it's my story.
Definitely. That's dope. I think you, as an artist, I think you're already ahead of other artists, and as far as how you approach your music and having those values. I mean, a lot of people come into this music thing and they just like, yo, I'm gonna rap about whatever. I'm gonna rap about these drugs. I'm gonna rap about this money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rap about these women. I'm gonna rap about
man.
these homeboys, and I'm gonna get a
Yeah,
check. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but what are you providing as far as to your audience or to your consumer, to your listener? Like for you,
right.
you got substance to it. Like I can put myself in your shoes and be like, dang, yeah, that did suck when da 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 da, or that did suck
Right.
when, or I felt happy when Dream Girl came on and she talking her, yo, I'm there, you know what I mean? But like, it's that type of music that makes me
Yeah.
want to keep listening. So kudos to you for that.
Right. Right. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely feel that, you know, because at the end of the day, it's so easy now to just sell sex.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you sell sex, sell money that I don't have, cars that I don't have, clothes that I really don't wear, brands that I could talk about, but I don't even have a, you know, like, it's easy
Right.
to do it. But when, you know, but when, for me, another reason I love music so much is because at the end of the day, I know that it's real. It's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of times people in their artistry, I feel like they come up with a, you know, a persona, or a second, you know, like, well, this is who I am when I'm doing my, you know, and don't get me wrong, music is a business 110%. But
Yep.
in the same breath, don't you think it makes your business a little bit easier if you're just being yourself and you don't have to, you know, fake anything? So for me, that was one of the parts of music that I love the most. Like, I would never have to put on a fake persona or a fake anything. I just can write my life, you know, because this was a
Definitely.
gift that God, you know, gave me, you know, and I feel like he gave me enough pain to be able to write great music. So
Mm.
yeah, and I feel like, you know, even talking about, because this is the thing, I try to be respectful of, you know, rappers that I don't admire that much.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's, like I said, it's their art. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I feel like if you really feel this what I'm saying, not everybody, but for the people who really are gifted, and I feel like you're throwing away your talent by talking about nothing. Because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you're doing something, but where's your purpose?
Right.
Yeah. So I, even for me, one thing I loved, Little Baby dropped that
Mm-hmm.
song at the beginning of this year.
Yep.
I still to this day think it's his best song.
Yeah.
I still to this day think it's his best song because strictly of what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like substance in your music, like it holds a lot, and it determines, are you doing a sprint or are you doing a marathon? So that's how I feel. Yeah.
There's some you dropping gems tonight. You dropping some gems tonight. Y'all better be get your
Oh my
notebooks out. Get your pen out. Come on, somebody help me out here. Shoot, if your friends ain't listening, you better send them your notes, cause woo.
Yeah.
How was it for you moving from a different state to Arizona, to build your fan base here in Arizona?
Right, to build my family. So I feel like since I've been here, I've got nothing but love. Like I've got so much love since I've been here, you know. And I think too, it's like I think a lot of artists do this where I feel like they have to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out my city. Shout out 260. They do show a lot of love. You know, they do. Like, and I'm not saying, I'm not knocking none of that. They do. They definitely do show a lot of love. But sometimes when somebody's too familiar with you, they don't always want to support you to the highest. You know, the highest level that they actually could, because it's kind of like they're too close to really see the beauty. You know. So I feel like sometimes when you go somewhere else and you build your name somewhere else, and they don't remember you from when you're 8 years old, you know, so they can only judge you off of who you are now. So I feel like when you, for me, like moving here, I've got nothing but so much love. I do feel like, in a sense, it's almost, I don't want to say better, but in a sense, I feel like there's no, it's almost like in a sense it's like a fantasy, because people want to think, oh, you're this way, or you know, you're this way or whatever, and when they don't have that background knowledge of who you really, like, I don't want to say who you really are, like I'm a fake person, but like who you know, your whole, you know, your whole true self, they just see the artist in you, because I feel like it's easier for them to attach to that. Because they don't know all the little details, they just know what you show. So I would say it's been pretty it's been a good experience. I've gained a lot of great like followers, great supporters, people who just like support my dreams. So yeah, it's been a good response.
That's awesome. Because Asky says the same thing a lot when we even talk to Asky on the show. It's just like what you're saying. A lot of people in the city are too close to you, and they've known you since you were whatever age, and they just don't feel the need to support you because, I watched you grow up. And it's like, okay, and you can't support the craft, or you can't support the music. So I think you bring up a good point of getting out your comfort zone, or getting out of your city to really build your name, because then they'll start recognizing, oh yeah, Z's out in whatever Timbuktu making a name for himself. Oh, now I'm gonna rock with him because I remember him when he was 8 in there. La 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 la. So that's a good point you bring up. And
yeah, and I think, you know, I think the support. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I still do get support from them now,
right?
To the point where it's like, I see you watch my story every day, but you didn't type up a comment. What's going on? Where's the disconnect? I know you saw my post that says share and comment. So yeah, I feel like for me, I it's just sometimes it's too close for comfort, you know. And I understand it, you know. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, how dare you, you know. So I understand it, you know. It's just you got to prove yourself before they really believe you. So
yeah,
I'm willing.
That's awesome. So just some advice for some artists that are out here in AZ. Definitely try to keep yourself a little exclusive if you're from AZ and you're still in your city doing your thing. I know a lot of artists that do that here in Tucson where we're at, where they're just like, yeah, you gotta be really close to me to be in my circle like that. So and that builds like exclusivity really helps you out, but don't be arrogant about it. There's a way to toe that line and be respectful of other people and still have that exclusivity because it definitely is a big thing, especially if you're just still in your own city doing your thing. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people out here just don't realize until you're out.
I was just about to say that is true because I actually just heard, I don't know, I just heard somebody else say that, like basically saying like it seems like everybody, if an artist is out here, they get a producer or something, they just like hold on to them and they don't want to tell you who it is, or they don't want to, nobody wants to put anybody else on game because everyone's
Right.
so scared, like, oh my gosh, well they're gonna just take my spot. But this is the thing they fail to realize. If God gave you that gift, if it's really meant for you,
Yep.
there's a lane for you. And you will never have competition because nobody else will ever be in your lane. That's what people don't understand.
Definitely.
And I feel like for me, not to sound like, I don't know, not to sound cocky or anything, but
No.
I feel like people just, I feel like I personally haven't had to deal with that much. I'm grateful. I don't know, like it was because my music just ain't trash, but a lot of people are willing to work with me. So like I've been real grateful for that. A lot of people have been, like really open to like, oh my gosh, like, well, here, let me connect you with this. Let me connect you with this person. Oh, this person's on the radio, this person, whatever. So yeah, no, I definitely I have peeped that culture though. I have peeped that part where it's like, okay, maybe this is why Phoenix never had that full takeoff. But at the same time, like people who are over at the Creative Dojo, Valley Vision, like what they're doing right now, what their vision is to do, like I feel like they're going to start making people push for real. I just feel like they really have a really good vision of how they want to push up and coming artists. So yeah.
They're definitely doing their thing, man. And I love the Phoenix homies because DJ was before we were Takeover Media, we were Takeover Productions, and he allowed us to throw a little party at his spot. And that was a flop, and we learned from it. But DJ was there to like really help us out there, and then was really taking us under his wing and really being big bro for as long as he can. So I really appreciate that from him, of him. Because without him, I don't think we would have been able to do what we're doing now. So shout out to the dojo. Shout out to everybody on Valley Vision. Because like I said, they're doing an amazing thing. Even the shows that they've been putting on has been amazing. So shout out to them for real. I wanted to say, since you've been in Arizona, in Phoenix, what has been your favorite spot to eat at?
My favorite spot to eat at? I would probably say Sugar Jam.
Say it again.
It's a new, it's they've been open for 6 years, but they just moved to new location. It's a restaurant called Sugar Jam. It's Southern style cooking.
Okay.
Everything's like freshly made that day. Ooh. So it's in Scottsdale. It's nice. It's some good stuff. It's a Black-owned business, so that's great. You always know that's great.
Got it.
Yeah. So.
That's fine. So what you get?
No, it's but maybe next week. Yeah.
So what do you get from there?
What do I get from there? I like I like a lot of things. I would probably say, I know, literally it's all, I ain't gonna lie, it's all good. But I would probably say I love our shrimp. So it's fried shrimp, or no, not fried shrimp. Sauteed shrimp over fried green tomatoes. So it's bomb. It's
replace the shrimp with chicken for me.
You said what? You said,
replace the shrimp with chicken for me.
Always good. The chicken go get you just right if that's what you like.
That's me then. Because seafood. Ooh.
You don't eat seafood?
I don't eat seafood. Nah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, you're losing.
Exactly.
What? Did you ever try it?
I mean, Yeah, I did like salmon, shrimp. Nah, not for me, man. Not for me.
What
Lobster,
about
not for
crab?
me. Crab, not for me. Like y'all gotta understand, man. I'm from Arizona, so there ain't no ocean near me. So it's like I don't gotta worry about that because Daniela is from Canada over here. I don't know if we said that. So
Oh yes, wait, I did see that in your bio.
yeah.
Yes, I did see that. I did see that.
So
Okay.
y'all have the little lakes and whatever. Us we out here eating cactus and
Come on, lakes. There's no seafood in lakes.
Lakes.
Where?
Ocean. There's
ocean. Sorry, my bad. Ocean, lake,
I'm from Indiana.
fish.
There's no ocean
Hey,
by
can we
me.
edit
I
this part
promise
out,
you that.
mankind, real quick?
oceans, rivers.
Hey, I dropped out. I dropped out of high school. I dropped out of
I'll give
college.
you a break.
You're not
I'll give you a
fish
break.
from a lake.
I'm out here looking down. I dropped out of college. I don't know. But yeah, seafood not my thing. But definitely, it's called one more time. Sugar what?
Sugar jam.
Sugar jams.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
sugar
on
jams.
Saturday night, 6 to 10, there's a DJ.
Okay.
And yep, there's a DJ. They do dinner, drinks. There's a bakery, pies, cookies.
Oh,
All
Daniela,
freshly made.
when we go to
I'm gonna
Phoenix,
have to make a trip from
We're
Tucson.
going.
yes, yeah, you gotta, and y'all come down here, man, because
For real.
definitely some southern food. You know what I'm saying, for sure.
Uh-huh.
So that's
For
lit.
sure.
Road trip, exactly. Road trip. We're taking a road trip
Right.
now.
Hey.
Any? Go for it, Danielle. My bad.
Just one more question from me, but where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a good one.
Dang, that's real. In 5 years, I would say if it's God's will to be at the top, for real. I mean, if it's God's will, shoot, to be on top, killing the game, changing the game, more importantly, like, I feel like I try to stress this, because I feel like, don't get me wrong, like music is a passion of mine. I feel like it's a gift. It's something was definitely given to me. But in the same breath, I feel like what I'm supposed to do with my platform with music is much bigger too, So like for me, it's organizations I want to do. It's because I always feel like God's gonna put you through something so you can use it in your future. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's been things that, growing up, not being the most fortunate, I saw, a lot of things. And I just feel like I have systems that I mean, who says my systems aren't that good? But I want to be in a position, I can hire a scientist to make sure that this is way this should go, or, just to have a voice for people who can't speak for themselves, and more importantly, maybe not even that they can't speak for themselves, but they don't know how to properly, I don't know how to go about this or go about this, so I would just say, man, hopefully in 5 years, I'm changing the world. That's my goal.
Good.
We'd love to hear that. Yeah, that goes hand in hand with me and Jordy in the Up to It show. Subtle plug that you can watch.
Did
Y'all
my
can
phone
watch
stop?
that. Hold on. Make sure she's back.
Oh,
Get
wait.
back.
Is my camera on? Oh wait,
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, my phone was.
No, it's all good. But
Wait, why can't I hear?
oh, you can't hear us. She can't hear us.
No.
I'll just tell the viewers.
Okay, wait. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Dang, why did y'all volume go away?
Oh, she can't hear us.
Oh, these technical things. Oh wait, hold on.
Wait a minute. I got it. She got it. She gonna figure it out.
Oh,
If she needs to, she can leave and come back.
my sound.
She can leave and come back if
I
she
can't
wants.
hear,
Let me.
but they can hear me.
Oh, okay. I can hear myself. I can hear myself now. That's crazy. I was like, wait a minute. I can't hear me.
Oh my gosh, they're laughing. I don't know what to do. Wait, should I exit and come back, or
Yeah.
Exit and come back? Okay.
So what I was gonna say while she was there was that on the Up to It show, we were talking about with Jordy and the Days, talking about using music as a vehicle for other things, right? These other organizations
Right.
using it to start a fashion, clothing line, whatever. So music isn't the end all be all, but it's that vehicle that you use to get to your specific purpose or your goal. So I think what she was saying really resonated with that ideology for sure.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? We lit. All right, let's see. Moment of truth.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, cool.
I can say
There
it
we
now.
go.
Sorry about the embarrassment. My phone just has to clown me in front of the company. I don't know why. But.
No, that's all good. Technology sometimes be a pain in the butt. It's all good. I was just telling everybody. We were talking. I talked to Jordy in the days a while back, and we were talking about using music as a vehicle to other, things to serve your purpose. So music
Right.
isn't the end all be all, but it's that vehicle to take you to your specific purpose that you need and that you want to pursue in life. So it definitely resonated with what you just said. So
Yeah.
hand in hand, understandable. So before we let you go, I got 2 more questions for you, and then you can enjoy the rest of your night, do whatever you got to do. Who do you want to collaborate with, both in Arizona and just like big, maybe you think is unfathomable, but we know that anything's possible. So
Okay, so you said who is someone that I would want to collaborate with, like on the biggest, like on a big scale level?
yeah, we can do that one first.
Okay, I would. Who would I want to? Okay, I know this probably is gonna come as a surprise, but I would love to work with Janae Aiko.
Ooh.
I love Janae Aiko. Like, I mean, I love Janae. If you're watching, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you never know who watches this. Maybe Janae's out here watching this. I don't know. Janae, hey. Big Sean will be holding it down.
I know you're not here yet. You'll be tuned in soon. You'll see me later. But no, like I love Janae Aiko. I just think her voice is so soothing to me. I love her purpose. I love her message. I just feel like she's all really about healing through her music. Yep. And I literally feel that. Like definitely. There's been like I can listen to her album straight through. I feel like I just resonate with her purpose so much. So definitely Janae Aiko is somebody I would love to work with. Singing wise, as far as musically, I would love to work with Lady London. Really? Like, as far as like a rapper. Have you ever heard of her?
Of course. Rhythm and flow.
I love Lady London. I really admire her as far as like the women rap game. Like I feel like she's really like, I feel like it's a few female rappers who really finna bring like female rap. I don't want to say back because I don't really know if I want to say bring it back because I feel like it's never really been on the level of like I feel like, and don't get me wrong, like Eve, I feel like she was great. I feel like the Brat, she was cold. Foxy Brown, good, but I feel in the same sense, I feel like there still was almost like a gimmick, or like there was always a gimmick or something that was, and I don't want that to be there anymore. I feel like women are on that same platform as men, so for me, I try to even stay away from saying, oh, I'm the coldest female rapper, I'm the coldest rapper, because I feel like at the end of the day, like when you look back at the greats, majority of it sadly is men. I don't want to say sadly, but just the majority of it is men. I just want to be able to impact on that. So definitely, yeah, those would be my two artists though.
Perfect. So we said Lady London and we said Janae Aiko, dream collaborations, which is possible, which we could see happening in the near future. Because with your talent and the way I definitely know it could happen. Yeah. So lastly, what can we expect from Rain in the future? Anything that's dropping, anything you're working on right now that we should be on the lookout for?
I would just say right now, I of course always keep tuning into that project Bittersweet. I feel like now music just gets old so fast. Like I feel like my music's only been out for a month and I'm like, dang, is it old already? But so I feel like of course, keep streaming my project Bittersweet. But right now my main goal is just to keep creating, So I would just say honestly, singles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on a couple singles right now, of course. Always got a couple in the cut. I've really been intrigued. I've been wanting to do. I've met a few different videographers out here in Phoenix, and doing visuals. So I'm very creative, So for me to be able to see like a vision of a music video come to life. I just want to make sure when I do start to go into music videos and stuff like that, I just really want to be ready, So and I want to make sure the song is right and just make sure the timing is right. So I would definitely say, but some singles coming soon. Working on those visuals.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Can't wait to see all those things happen. Where can they follow you at, Rain?
You can follow me at Real Name Rain. Real name and rain, like from the sky, on all I know, right? On all platforms. Real Name Rain is my @ name. Y'all can follow me, tune in, hit me up, comment. I will talk back to you.
Perfect. Cool. And that leaves us. So you can follow me at Z__GIV. You can follow Daniela at
Danny Roll Takeover.
And you can follow the whole team at Lounge Takeover. You can follow Takeover Media at Takeover AZ Media. Who else can you follow? You can follow Mankind at Pod Crafty if he allows you to. He's definitely, exclusives because, you know what I'm saying? Follow Spiral Productions because they are a new production team. So definitely tap in with them. Any last words? No, but it's the weekend. We got the one button undone. We lit. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back out here 8 p.m. Friday with a special guest. We got Jalopy Bungus coming out here into the lounge. So we're doing a whole Phoenix takeover on this whole month. So we'll see you next Friday, man. We out of here.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bye, y'all. Thank you so much.
Hopefully.